Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Good morning.
What's on the agenda?
All right. We are back with another live video, everyone. You were there last week, so we're going to talk about holidays.
Yeah, let me start off with a little joke to
Okay.
get the mood lightened up. Okay, so
Let's go.
what did the cheerleader
Oh, Jesus.
say to the ghost?
The cheerleader said to the ghost.
What did the cheerleader say to the ghost?
She said,
Anyone?
She said, ah.
She said,
Yeah.
No, she did not say,
Oh, was she?
The cheerleader said, show me your spirit.
Okay. So that was a great joke. Thanks, Greg, for lightening up the spirit of everyone. So,
See, it's funny.
it's funny because it's not. So, good morning, everyone. We are back live, and we wanted to talk about how to step into the holidays with a stress-free attitude. How you like that? That's a really tough one, right? I feel like it's so funny because
It's not a tough one.
I don't, for a lot of people it is. We're going to talk about this because a common thing that we've been seeing with our practice and over the years, it's like when the holidays come around, life stops. And it's so funny because, well, I mean, we all know this, right? It's kind of a, unfortunately, it's some one of those things like holidays are supposed to be there for us to enjoy family and gathering and time together and be with loved ones and, you know, take time away from work to, like, you know, all of that. And then most people are actually overly stressed about it because they stressed over, you know, people they don't really want to see, stressful time with family, which we understand, you know. What?
It's all fakeness.
They stressed over food, especially the people that are coming into health and fitness programs because, you know, of course, we are teaching you guys to eat better food, change your nutrition, and then...
Yeah, you're on a roll, maybe you're eating well, and then you're worried about, like, slipping off. It's going to fuck up all your results, you know.
Yeah, because the main problem is we approach this with the wrong attitude. So we're going to talk about how to approach the holidays, and then, okay, this, by the way, applies to way more than just the holidays. It applies to if you're going on vacation, and applies to... Life. There we
if you're
go.
going to Mars, Jamaica, Jupiter, it don't matter.
Yes, because life is never going to be the same exact thing. We don't live in a box. Things are not perfect. Shit happens. You know, we get off track. People change jobs. Kids happen.
Kids grow up.
Things change constantly. Life is about evolution and adaptation. If you're not able to adapt and adjust, you're always going to be reactive and stressed out. So let's talk about this because I think one of the main things we're trying to stress to people, not stress, I shouldn't say that. One of the main things we're trying to let people understand is that our approach is about sustainable health. So therefore, you should be able to keep up with this as much as you can while life happens. And it's not about perfection. It's about trying to make the best out of every situation, basically. Yes. And consistency, obviously, because it's one of our core values. All right.
And honest.
Yes.
Lee.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about the attitude, the attitude that we should have. Well, I should say should. The attitude to maybe...
Turn your shoulds into musts.
Yes. Nah, I would like to see that you may want to have. An attitude that you may want to have stepping into those more challenging times of the year for you. That is going to hopefully help you get the most out of it. Because the idea is we want you guys to enjoy the holidays. We want you guys to be present in the moment. Enjoy the food that's there. Enjoy the people. Enjoy the time of the relaxation, whatever you're doing with your holiday. And then not let this affect your progress and all the good stuff you're doing in here for your health and body and your mind. Okay? So, what would be the right attitude to use?
The Greg approach.
The Greg approach.
Yes.
Okay, tell us more about the Greg approach. What does it entail?
Put things in perspective.
Mm.
You know, how many Thanksgivings, Christmas, New Year's have you gone through? Did you survive? Did the world end? You know.
Yeah.
No, it did not.
It's It's good perspective.
Just enjoy what it is. It's food, it's people, it is, it's nothing to be scared about.
Absolutely. So, what I would like to invite you guys to do is to maybe this year, if you're the kind of person that gets stressed around holidays, because it's not for everyone, right? Some people are just totally fine with this and they go all in, they have fun, and then they get right back into it. If you're that kind of person, awesome, because this is really going to serve you. There's different ways to approach the holidays, and really I think it depends on you as a person, getting to know yourself, again going back to self-discovery, knowing who you are and what you need, and also what you need in that very moment. So if you're the kind of person who is very active and gets stressed out around this time of the year, I would like to invite you to approach the holidays in a very different way this year, and maybe trying to do things a little different so you have a different outcome. Okay, here's are the two ways that we normally talk to people about how to approach it. So the number one thing we tell people is number one is go into the spirit of the holidays just wanting to enjoy the holidays just as they are. Okay, so it's you're going to a dinner with family, just go to the dinner, just be present, have fun, eat the food there. It's not one meal, one evening that is going to disrupt your whole year of workouts and food logging and consistency.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Okay, the truth is, because unfortunately we've had some people have been brainwashed around the idea of if you have a cheat meal, you should go do 3 hours of cardio the day after. That's completely ridiculous. Okay, it's not one meal, one day, or even 2 days that is going to disrupt your whole progress. Okay, so that it doesn't work like this. Okay, so just so we make that clear, so it really kind of takes some stress out of the equation, right? So you can either say, hey, I'm just gonna go there and have some fun, enjoy myself, eat the food that there is, maybe make the best decisions, because maybe not all the food is super healthy, but you might pick what's the healthiest, right? Just kind of play with by ear, see how you feel. That's generally what I do. Not all the time, it just depends where I'm at, but generally it depends on the context, but generally I'll just go in the spirit of enjoying myself, but I'm not gonna binge eat and overeat. I'm just gonna make sure that throughout the day I'm actually eating normally. I have breakfast, I eat all my meals, so when I get to dinner it really isn't much of a different type of meal. Maybe it's not the most optimal, but it's not gonna throw me off. Okay, and then just enjoy yourself, because here's the thing, the truth is, the worst thing is the stress equation that comes with the holidays. It's not so much the food or the missed workout or the little bit less sleep than usual because you might go to bed at 1 in the morning, whatever. It's not that is going to really throw you off that much. It's the amount of stress that it's going to cause you. And sometimes you get a way between, am I going to get more stress from getting off schedule with my nutrition and my sleep, or am I going to get more stress from stressing out about the fact that I'm not on track with everything? Because a lot of times people,
for 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, for 1 or 2 days, literally. Sometimes people will get all stressed out because they actually want to just eat what's there and enjoy themselves, but they're not enjoying themselves because they're super stressed and guilty and feel ashamed and all that stuff about the whole fact that they're not tracking their food or they missed a workout or whatever. I mean, it's not helpful. So either way, you're losing if you're going to the holidays with that kind of attitude. So pick and choose what feels best for yourself. If you want to go in there and just enjoy yourself, just go and enjoy yourself. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Just get back on track the day after. It really isn't going to affect your results unless you let it affect you so much and you stress over it. Okay? The other way to approach it is, if that's something you feel more inclined to do, is to make the most out of it. So for some people would be, like I said earlier, you might want to still get your workout in the morning, still make time for your workout at 8 a.m., let's say, and then go about your day and prepare your meals and maybe eat even a little something before you go out with friends or family, because you know that the dinner is not going to be optimal and you don't want it to throw you in, a stress mode. Because, well, I mean, some people really react to certain foods, right? If PUFAs make you really feel shitty,
yeah.
Or
you have to make that decision.
Right, exactly.
What's your goals? How is it worth, as long as you don't stress over it, it might change the reaction. It's just, there's a whole lot to think
Exactly. So you gotta weigh in, right? What's more important for you at that moment.
But don't stress. That's the biggest thing. If you stress, you lose.
If you stress, you lose. So whatever decision you're making, just assume that decision and be okay with it. There's a lot of different strategies that you can use around that. If you don't want to just go in there and just eat whatever it's on there because it really isn't going to be optimal, there's a few things you can do.
Yes.
You can suggest to bring a dish. And that might be your dish that you're going to eat, but you might want to contribute to the dinner and say, hey, can I bring something? And that something is going to be optimal and it's going to be good for you. And you can share it with others, right? Depending on the context. I mean, if it's your mother or if it's someone that you're very close to, you might want to say, hey, I'm going to help you cooking. Let's make some really cool mix of healthy and funny, let's try something
different. But
different.
Healthy doesn't mean disgusting.
Yes.
Because when people say that, like, oh, right, I'll make something healthy, they think obviously it's going to be like cardboard shit. It's going to be like a bland version of something, like.
Well, you guys know now that healthy for us does not mean disgusting.
Yeah.
Bland.
Yeah.
Liquidy food.
Cauliflower
or salad. Roasted cauliflowers with olive oil. Anyways, so jokes aside. But yeah, bring that butternut squash soup that I'm going to give you.
Say that 3 times fast. Bring the butternut squash soup. She'll have the ingredients for you for next Thanksgiving. Just kidding, DJ.
I can't win.
She'll have it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll send that recipe. I know people really enjoyed it. So, okay, you guys whoever came to the cooking party on Saturday, we had an amazing feast, right? And all that food is like, you can bring to a holiday party. You can make, if you're hosting a holiday party, then you have like super control over what you're going to be cooking. So then you can make really good choices. It's not harder to cook like a more optimal version than to cook a non-optimal version, guys. So, I mean, of course, it takes time to get accustomed to this. And some of you might be new in this process. You might not know everything yet, but don't even sweat it.
Don't sweat.
It's one meal.
It's one dinner.
And one thing that Greg said earlier about getting perspective is also what I would like to invite you to do is to think about where you're coming from.
I need to use that more often.
Huh?
I need to use that. I need to invite you.
Don't you like that?
It's just fun.
Well, people have a choice.
Let me invite you.
We're like option facilitators.
Facilitators?
Facilitators.
We're option facilitators.
Facilitators.
It's taters and facilitators.
You always break my train of thought.
Get back on the track.
Okay, it's okay. But what I would like to invite you to do is to get some perspective. Think about where you were before you started this program.
Mm-hmm.
Go back. Was it 6 months ago, 3 months ago,
a week ago,
12 months ago, and how you were eating, and think about the last Thanksgiving you had if you weren't on this program, or the 2 Thanksgivings ago, and how you would have been approaching this, and also any meal. Because some of you guys came in this program eating tons of PUFAs and going out to eat constantly and drinking lots of alcohol, whatever you were doing. If you've been improving your nutrition so much in your life, your quality of life and all of this, it's not one meal that is going to throw everything, off. And on top of this, think about if you had not started this program, where you would be right now. You'd be eating those things probably every single day.
You'd be out in the dumpster eating leftover Thanksgiving food because you're so
hungry. Heck?
I don't know.
Oh, Greg is trying to be funny to cheer everybody up in this holiday season, and I really appreciate you for this. I'm very grateful.
I'm inviting all of you into my comedic candor.
Shut this up.
Vis-a-vis concordantly,
So, I hope this makes sense, guys, because I think sometimes it's good for someone to receive permission to just enjoy themselves. Like, honestly, we all know this, but it's good to hear it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys hear this morning, or whenever you watch it later.
And here's some other insight that I want to give to you guys. Some golden nuggets, if you will.
Oh, gosh.
If you enjoy yourself a little more than you thought you were, don't feel guilty, but also understand that it's not, you didn't gain like 10 pounds of fat. you're a little more bloated because you have some, a little sun going. You're retaining a little more water, so you might be a little more puffy. It's not gonna last more than a week if you get right back on track.
Or sometimes much less than that.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how hard you go, how much,
oh my gosh,
how much you stuff it up, and enjoy it. But it's not like it's not fat. It's just, you're holding water. You're just,
water retention, a bit of stress in the body.
Yeah, it's just that. It's just, so understand that and don't be upset oh, I just gained all this fat, because it's not that, because your body fluctuates in weight daily from 2 to 10, 15 pounds in a day. So
you don't gain fat overnight.
Yeah.
Getting fat is the cumulative effect of the days and weeks and things a certain way and lack of sleep and poor nutrition. So it's not one meal. Even it's not even 3 meals. So I like what you just said about if you're going in there and having even more fun than you thought. I mean, just the fact that you guys can actually disconnect, have fun, forget about the stress of life, and just be there with family and just laugh and all these things is actually going to facilitate your fat loss process. How's that?
Facilitate.
I like it. Okay, so because getting into a stress-free mode is actually going to help you. So here's a couple fun things that you can do throughout the holidays. If you have some time off and you're not working, you're not doing your busy usual self, and you have extra time for yourself. This is where I was getting earlier when I started saying I would like to invite you, but I got sidetracked.
Just go before you forget again.
I would like to invite you to take some, is that cool? I love it. To take some time out for yourself to go take a walk in nature, or to meditate a little bit longer than usual. So instead of doing 10 minutes, maybe you want to do a half hour or a whole hour for yourself. Take longer baths. Go get coffee with someone you haven't talked to, or a family member that is in town or something. Just do something that makes you happy. Remember that list of things we talked about you can write for yourself, self-care or things that makes you happy, things you enjoy. Just do one of those things every single day. Start your day with, today I'm going to do something that's going to make me happy, and you're going to pick one of those things and just do it. It could be I'm going to read my Harry Potter book for 3 hours. It's there's Elena and I were talking about this yesterday. There's the new movies of Harry Potter. So anyways, whatever makes you happy right now, get excited, do this, and I promise you this is really going to help you feel better. Facilitate everything. You'll feel stress-free, more energized, and you'll probably be able to get back on track much more easily than if you stress over it. Because here's what happens a lot of times when people stress over something, so the stress of anticipation of the holidays is all that stress, or maybe a week or two before the actual holiday happens. And then the holiday happens, and then people are stressed out about the whole day. They're stressing out. They're, it's this whole chaos. And then they're eating bad food on top of that. And then the day after they feel bad and guilty, which causes more stress. And it's a constant, it just never stops. And then because they felt so bad about themselves and they ate so badly and they were so exhausted because they were so stressed before the holidays, they actually are taking 1 or 2 weeks to recover from it. And so they spend maybe 3 or 4 weeks without working out.
Or also, you feel so bad and stressed that you go back into that mindset of all or nothing. It's oh, I fucked up. I might as well eat the whole weekend, or go.
Yeah, I might as well continue on and eat all the chocolates that I got.
Yeah, because I did it, and I gotta do it again tomorrow.
Or I'm just gonna go to the gym and run for 3 hours. All right, so you guys know not to do that. But anyways,
or do a bunch of prone bench rows.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Elena, I'm talking to you.
That's just for you, Elena. So I hope this helps you guys to understand a little bit the perspective where we're coming from when it comes to the holidays. One other thing I found that is really helpful for me is I go into these events just wanted to enjoy myself, make the most out of it. If I can bring food, great. If I can participate in the cooking, it's even better. If not, I'm just gonna, if I know I'm going, it rarely happens to me, but if I know I'm going to a place where the food is not going to optimal, I'm going to eat beforehand because it's my choice. And I'm totally able to enjoy myself, because for me, food does not mean I enjoy food, but it doesn't mean if I'm going to a party and I'm not eating the food there, necessarily all the food, that I'm going to be miserable and not enjoy myself. So This is just me and where I am right now. But one other thing that's helped me is to try to keep up with my exercise routine. So I actually love to go work out when it's the holiday season because there's less people in the gym. And I can actually take more time because I'll do more stretching and more, because I don't have to, I'm not
instead of one person being here, there's going to be no one being here.
And you have all the gym for yourself. So anyways, I actually enjoy and moving, especially the day after or the day of. And even if it's just going for a walk, right, or going dancing, but you can go to the gym and do even a lighter workout and it feel great. But like if you feel a little under because of how you ate, but just do maybe 2 rounds of everything, I promise you will feel so amazing. And you'll just feel like you never you never actually fell off the wagon, but like people sometimes feel like that. So, anyways, I hope that makes sense. So maybe think about this before you start the holidays, right? Because I think.
Is it really worth the unnecessary, the worrying that what may or may not, or how you may feel? It's just like, people think about things that may happen that never actually end up happening. You're just causing more stress for nothing.
Well, that's actually really what happens.
Yeah.
And people are getting more stressed from the anticipation of the stressful
event. And as we know, stress,
event.
Cortisol, makes you belly area fat, accumulate, stress belt backwards, fat, so it's just not good.
Yeah, it's actually worse. So the fact that you're stressing about something before even it actually happens is even worse than the actual events itself.
Yeah, think of all the good things that are going to happen, that potentially could happen. Yeah. I'm going to rock this Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat so much good food, it's going to make all my muscles, bellies full and everything and pumped, and I'm gonna get that slim body.
Pumpkin pie and all of that.
Pumpkin pie.
It's actually good to have like a huge meal of like tons of calories all at once. Like your body just gets re-energized, full of carbs.
Full of fuel and energy. You're just, it's great.
Remember, think of food as fuel. I just wanted to maybe go on a tangent real quick because it's also very much in line with holidays, because I think one of the very stressful things for people is being around family members sometimes, because it's a hot topic. Because we obviously don't choose our family members like we choose our friends, right? And we don't have control over who is our family and things like that. And we know that we talk a lot about our environment here and who you hang out with and all these things. And we understand very well, because we also are dealing with this with our own families and people around us, that not everyone is necessarily supportive of what we're doing, or understands it, or maybe not everyone is always kind of just and are in the right vibration with us, right? Some people are going to get on our nerves or whatever. No matter what, there's going to be people like this in your family, right? Yeah. And
well, I was just gonna say, family, if you're someone who's big on self-development, or you've been making an effort to grow, evolve, and better yourself, sometimes people in your family or people in general, they don't value that. So they're always going to see you as someone as they used to know who you used to be, even if that's not who you are now.
Yeah.
Especially parents
and they'll push your buttons and they know your triggers.
And it's
and all
funny
that
how even if you have more patience now, I'm speaking from experience. It's like you revert back sometimes to who you get back in that mode with them. It's like, you have only so much tolerance for,
And I think that's why a lot of people are stressed out around the holidays, because of these kinds of situations that they know keep happening and they have a hard time avoiding. Yeah. So here's my suggestions to you.
Let's invite
invite you to try this for this holiday season. If you are going to meet with some family members or people around your family that generally really get you in that mode that you don't want to be in, I really would like to suggest to go into this situation with that person, to connect with them on a different level, to have a very compassionate state about it. That's you would be very surprised on how it might shift your perspective about this person. It is not easy. It's much easier said than done. But to approach this situation in a very compassionate state may be, not to be reactive, not to be judgmental. Leave all the judgments out of it. And, you don't have to sit there and talk to this person for 5 hours. But if the person's there, smile to this person, give them a hug, be grateful to see them. Think about the good things about this person, because everyone has, we know like some people might get on our nerves more than others, but they still have good sides. They still have, good in them. And, sometimes I want you to get that perspective that a lot of times when people are struggling, they're unhappy, they're miserable, they're depressed, or they just bring people down with them, is because they're not happy.
Yeah.
And I want you to maybe approach this in a way of compassion, and so that gives you a little bit more perspective, and you might want to give, a little bit more compassion, as opposed to give your energy away to that person and let this drain you, but more maybe give more love to this person, show more love in whatever ways that means. Just because sometimes it's not even about saying something, it's just about being in that state when you see that person, and it might really change your state of vibration, and actually the person might even react and be very different around you. You would be super surprised on what it does.
And just ask yourself if a confrontation or whatever is worth it. Like, what's it going to solve? You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to,
No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of times that's what these people are looking for.
And they don't. And sometimes they just may not even. You can explain. They're just not on that journey. They don't understand. They're just not gonna understand at all, regardless of how you simply explain.
Yeah. Don't go in there trying to explain why you're doing all these food and trying to convince people about what you're doing and why everybody should be.
They probably don't even know what macronutrients are.
Just be yourself. Be happy with where you are, and just. I like to, when I go in those situations, I like to go in with the approach of more listening than actually talking. And just this way, if someone actually wants to sit down with me and have a conversation and ask me a question about what I'm doing and all this, then I do get into a conversation around these things, because the person is actually asking permission and is asking for advice or whatever, and we're just having a really nice conversation, because they are opening up to it. They want to, as opposed to trying to talk about these things with people, because I know it happens. We've had clients talking about this in the past, and we've experienced it ourselves. You get in a family situation and you want to tell the whole world about what you've been doing, which is very exciting. But if people are going to destroy your little world because they don't have perspective, they don't understand what you're in, and they're not part of this community, it's going to be very challenging. So a lot of times I don't bring up those things unless people ask me, if that makes sense, unless they invite me. The theme of today is invitation. So think about that, maybe. A little bit of perspective.
Yes. Cool. And I want to invite you guys into something else.
Thanks, Greg.
If you really want to, you don't have to go overboard with this. It's like how we said, you have different options of how to approach this, but there's certain things you can do. You don't have to be all anal about it either, but if you want to make the situation kind of slightly better, and adding coconut oil to some foods, that may have been cooked in PUFA or whatever. You don't know how they cook.
Practical tips.
Yeah, little golden nugget tidbits here to lighten up the stress a little bit. Adding coconut oil, saturated fat.
Yeah, if you know that some of the food is going to contain some PUFAs, add some coconut oil to your meal.
Yeah, some good healthy
Bring some
fats.
Gelatin if it's going to be some meat, some muscle meat, turkey, meatballs. Bring some gelatin, bring some OJ, have your little shaker bottle so you can have this as a side, whatever. Little things like this that will help you kind of balance your meals. It's not
some OJ.
Please don't worry about tracking also.
Yeah. Don't. You could track maybe the other meals on the day if you want to.
Yeah.
But don't worry about tracking,
a feast that you can't measure or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah, so the coconut oil, the if you really want to be kind of, vitamin E opposes PUFA. The more PUFA you're eating in your diet, the more vitamin E.
If you react to PUFA a lot, maybe get some vitamin E. Yeah.
I'll even say aspirin.
Aspirin.
Yeah, aspirin as a, maybe after a heavy meal, you're just take some aspirin.
Mm-hmm. And then do more self-care the day after. If you're not feeling so great, just take a bath, Epsom salt bath, baking soda.
Get acquainted with the toilet.
Do some breathing exercise, meditate, go to the gym, go take a walk, get outside, get some sunlight. I mean, all these great things are going to reduce your stress and make you feel great.
Get some sunlight.
Yeah, well, okay. Find the sun wherever you can find it. Fly to Florida to get some sunlight.
There you go.
It's a great plan. I love it. Yeah. All right, y'all. We hope that this was helpful. Thanks for stealing the words out of my mouth.
Informative and hopefully
Yeah.
gives you some perspective on some things you can do. You know, we joke around a lot, but
Yeah.
this is more to just, you know,
It's just to make sure you
make
guys
fu-
don't
make
fall
light of
asleep
it.
while
Make
watching
light,
us.
make light of this big topic.
Yes. Please comment below if there's some things that you do for yourself that actually are helpful.
Ah!
We're going black here. The lights turn off after a while.
Scary.
Oh my gosh, this was the ghost. Because of your ghost joke, we have a ghost in here. So, all right. So, if you guys have any ideas, questions, if you want to share some of the things that works for you during the holidays, or if you want to share what you actually are going to plan on doing this year that's going to be different than the other years, if something hasn't worked for you and you want to try something different this year, put it in the comment below. I'd like to see what your holiday plan is.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. We'll be back with another one.
Watch the next video.
Yes.
And before we head off, because it's a Thanksgiving week, we wanted to be really thankful for you guys. We wanted to say how thankful we are to have you in our community.
Each and every one of you.
All of you. Even more so, don't
TJ.
want to say it. What?
I thought you were going to say even TJ.
Even TJ. Even TJ is included. No, all of you guys. I know we joke around a lot, but we're always thankful, always grateful. But we just wanted to say it today because it's a special week, and we really appreciate each one of you guys. We don't want you to think that, you guys are not important. Every single one of you is bringing something to the table, is bringing something to the community, your energy, your smile, your insights, everything. We invite you to participate. It's inviting you. Stop it. To participate, to be present, to bring everything to the table, to share. Every time you do something, it really helps the community. Really, honestly. The little things count a lot. So it doesn't matter where you are in this process right now. If you're feeling a little behind, if you're at your best or whatever, don't just get back into it. Communicate. Stay in touch.
Say hi.
Say hi.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, we're very thankful for each one of you guys because, we love what we do. We're really passionate about our work, and
We'd be nothing without you guys.
we'd be nothing without you guys.
Yeah. I'd be just a guy with a beard.
What's a coach without anyone to coach, So we just love you, each one of you, and we're very thankful and grateful for that. And yeah, if you need anything, let us know, because again, we do this for you guys. We're building this community, this dream of us to build this business with all these programs, different things. We're constantly evolving and trying to improve what we're doing to serve you better.
Give you better workouts.
Yeah, so talk to us. Take some time to let us know what you need, to make sure that we can actually provide you with whatever we can. And stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot of fun, amazing, evolving changes coming up. Starting even in December, we're going to go into layers, but the first layer of changes is going to start in December. And so stay tuned. We're going to be sending you guys personal emails in the next day or so. And so take a look at your emails and wait to hear back from us. And yeah, we're going to take it to the next level very soon. Excited. Thank you so much, everyone. Kisses. Enjoy the holidays. If you need anything, let us know. All right?